there is a scene you cannot see. Something important is happening. A face, a monster, a fight. You lean forward, tilt the screen, cup your hands around your eyes, and you still cannot make out what is on it. So you check the brightness. It is fine. You close the curtains. It barely helps. And you have a suspicion that films did not used to do this. You are right. They did not. And it is not one cause. It is four, stacking on top of each other, each one perfectly defensible on its own. The first is that cameras got extraordinarily good at seeing in the dark. For most of cinema history, film stock was slow. It needed light, enormous amounts of it, and if you did not provide it, you got nothing usable. So, night scenes were faked, shot in daylight with filters, or lit with huge units pretending to be the moon. That constraint disappeared. Modern digital sensors can produce a clean image in light so low that a crew can barely see each other. Suddenly, a director can shoot an actual dark room, actually dark, with one candle. Given a new toy, everybody used it. The second cause is fashion, and this one is genuinely artistic. Darkness reads as serious. It signals realism, weight, threat. Bright, evenly lit images have come to feel like television, and not the flattering kind, so prestige productions drifted towards low light, heavy shadow, and desaturated color. There is also a practical dividend. Shadow hides things. Digital effects blend far more convincingly in darkness, and a creature you cannot fully see is almost always more frightening than one you can. Darkness is cheaper, safer, and scarier all at once. But here is where it stops being an artistic choice and becomes a technical failure. The third cause is that films are now graded for a screen you almost certainly do not own. A colorist finishes a film in a controlled suite, on a reference monitor, in a dark room. Increasingly, that monitor is a high dynamic range display, capable of very bright highlights and genuinely deep, detailed blacks. On that screen, the dark scene is not a black smear. There is detail everywhere. Fabric, faces, the shape of a room. It is beautiful, and everybody in the room signs it off. Then it has to reach you. Your television may not be that capable. It may be running the wrong picture mode. It may be applying its own interpretation of the signal. If the film was mastered in high dynamic range and then converted for a standard display, the shadow detail is the first thing to suffer. And your room has a lamp on, and a window, and a reflection of yourself in the panel. The suite was dark. Your living room is not. The fourth cause is compression, and it is the least discussed. Streaming has to send this to millions of people at once, so the picture is compressed hard. Compression works by discarding information the encoder judges you will not notice. Dark scenes are exactly where that judgment fails. A shadow with subtle gradations of near black is expensive to encode, and the easiest saving is to flatten those gradations into blocks of identical black. The result is that gray-green blockiness you have definitely seen in a night scene, where a shape moves and the darkness around it visibly ripples. The most infamous case is a battle episode of Game of Thrones in 2019, an entire hour shot in near darkness. The cinematographer had graded it on professional equipment, where it looked exactly as intended. Millions of people watched a compressed stream on an uncalibrated television in a lit room and saw almost nothing. The complaints were global. The film was not broken. The chain between the suite and the sofa was. So can you do anything about it? A little. Turn off any energy-saving mode, which dims the panel. Choose a picture mode like cinema or filmmaker mode, which turns off the processing designed to look punchy in a showroom. Watch in the dark, because your eyes adapt, and a lit room destroys your ability to see shadow detail more than any setting will. But the deeper issue is not fixable at your end. For a century, films were made for one viewing environment. A dark room, a calibrated projector, a standardized screen. A director could know, precisely, what an audience would see. That guarantee is gone. The same film now plays on a phone on a train, a laptop in daylight, a projector, a television in every configuration a shop could sell. Directors kept designing for the dark room. Almost nobody watches in one anymore. Now you know.